Let's get ready to get nice and warm on this chilly fall day with a stepper, a dumbbell, kickboxing, and core, no impact cardio station workout. So I have 4 groups of 4 exercises, each at 30 seconds on work interval with a 10-second active rest. We're going to start with a stepper exercise, move to a dumbbell, neither of which are required. You can simply use the floor, a set of stairs, or a stepper, of course, or a water bottle of sorts for the dumbbell. And if they're new to you, take it nice and slow. Then kickboxing, you need nothing but the air around you and some open space and our body weight for core. We're going to start our warm-up, 10 exercises straight through here in 3 seconds. We find that kinetic balance, feet hip-width apart, second toe pointed straight ahead. We're pumping opposite arm, opposite leg. So making sure the knees coming straight forward. Sometimes we tend to go wide, or maybe we bring them in a little bit. We want to try to stay tall and long in our posture. So we're supported. We've got a gentle pull in on the belly button. The chin is tucked and the head is back. So it's almost as if we've got a string from the inside of the belly button, tall and long through the crown of that head, ears over shoulders over hips. We've got 10 seconds. We're just slowly bringing that heart rate up here. The next exercise is a jog in place. This is our highest impact cardio here. So going into a light jog, pushing through those ankles. If we want to keep it entirely no impact, we go to a high knee march. No real difference between the two besides that impact, maybe that speed, but I want you to push through those toes and ankles so we get those ankles nice and warm. Again, everything in that nice straight line. As we move more quickly, it's a little bit easier to feel that gentle pulling on the belly button. And we want to incorporate our total body and our posture throughout our exercise. This helps strengthen those muscles so that we can have bigger carryover day to day. Corner to corner kicks. This is the first with a stepper. I will show without the stepper here. We're going to step opposite foot to opposite corner, step up and kick, step down. So up, kick, down, down, up, kick, down, down. On the ground, this is simply a step across the body, a kick, back and forth, side to side. Now, as we kick, it's an exhale, and we pull the opposite arm to leg down. All right, we're pushing and extending through those toes. Again, feeling the bum squeeze to stabilize in that balance. Trying not to lose our balance here. We build it into that workout. 5 seconds, we go to our very first dynamic stretch. We're going to a lateral lunge with a reach. Toes wide, or feet wide, toes pointed straight ahead. We're going to sit opposite hand to foot. Pivot the feet, squeeze the bum, and reach across the body. So as we sit down into that lateral lunge, we stack the toes, knees, and hips so the knee comes straight forward in line with those toes. You're going to feel the side of that hip engage, only going down as far as we can to feel a stretch through the inner thigh. So we can simply squeeze the bum and tuck under if that lateral lunge is something we're working towards. So squeeze the bum, tuck the hips under, not going too deep. I don't want you pushing into any pain. We always listen to our body throughout this workout. It's meant to meet you where you are because we are all in different places on our journey. Switching sides, stacking those toes, knees, and hips, pivoting, squeezing the glutes. We reach up and across, pushing the shoulder down and back. So we get a nice stretch to the inside or the outside of that armpit. So I'm going to show you from an opposite angle. As I sit down, my chest stays up tall. As I pivot, my feet are hip width apart. And as I reach down, you can see I'm pushing my shoulder away from my ear. Get this big bump through the outside of my armpit. That's actually my shoulder blade rotating. I get a nice big stretch through my lat muscles. We're going to slowly bring that heart rate back up after these dynamic stretches. Don't forget, you don't have to sit all the way into that lateral lunge. As much as it warms up those legs, we don't want to be pushing into pain. We're going to a squat with a twist here. Feet hip width apart. Sit the hips down and back like we're sitting into a chair. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Exhale as we sit down. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Nice and tall as we sit down into that squat. We don't want to be rounding that back, so we're not here. We sit the hips down, belly button gently pulled in, and we cross. Notice I'm taking turns going each side here, only sitting down as far as we can, but getting those legs nice and warm, that core ready to rotate. 5 seconds, we're going to an alternating toe touch to stretch out the hamstrings, activate those glutes. Feet hip width apart, we tap one toe back, opposite hand to opposite toe. Big squeeze on the bum to stand, switching sides. So you go reaching down, we can reach for the knee, the shin, or the toe. We keep the chest up tall, so we keep our back nice and neutral. This doesn't mean that we flatten and reach down as far as we can. Notice my chest stays tall. Try to keep a little arch through my low back. My chin stays tall and long. I'm squeezing my bum to stand up, so I'm activating the glutes, stretching out that lateral hamstring, which tends to get really overactive. So we really want to get those glutes firing up and engaging. 10 seconds, and we have our very last dynamic stretch before we rock that workout. We're going to a squat with a calf stretch. So again, feet hip width apart, sit the hips down and back. We're going to step 1 foot forward, and we push that back heel into the floor. So back and forth down into that squat, opposite foot forward. We can push into those legs. If you want to take it up a notch, you can do this facing a wall, and you can push into that wall to get a little bit more of a stretch, feeling it through the back of the calf, down into the ankle, potentially through the foot. Our calves have a tendency to get really tight and overwork day to day. So it's important to stretch them out in support of proper foot support and movement patterns. 10 seconds, last dynamic stretch right here. We're going to a walk down, shoulder tap, getting that upper body and core ready. So bend at the knees, walk the hands down into a plank, and then we're tapping opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Walking back in, we can come up to those toes and reach up if you want, or pop up to the ceiling, whatever works best for you. Now, no low back pain as we walk out into that plank. Feel free to use a bench, okay, a wall, a coffee table, a couch. The higher up the incline, the easier it is on the low back. Again, this is about meeting you where you are. 6 seconds, and we're going to an alternating dumbbell clean. This is a warm-up and introduction to an exercise in the workout. We're going to take one dumbbell. The goal is to take it from the floor to the shoulder in one smooth movement. So it's a squat with an upright row, catching it at the shoulder in a squat. All right, we're going to switch arms throughout. So sit the hips down, push the floor away, use that momentum to bring the dumbbell up as close to the body as possible, rotating the arm to catch the dumbbell on top of the shoulder. Now, if you have dumbbells, great. If not, water bottles are a perfect place to start. This is not about lifting the heaviest weight possible. We want to always be careful and listen to our body. Quick drink. We got a 30-second breather before we hit our first group of stations. So corner to corner kicks, just like that warm-up, stepping up, outside foot, snapping into that kick, and then we have that alternating dumbbell clean. So stepper, dumbbell, kickboxing core. 4 exercises, 3 times through. 30 on. Are you ready? Heart rate up, nice and toasty. Here we go. corner to corner kick. We drive and extend that leg on the stepper. Remember, you can do these on the floor, just stepping across the body and reaching up in front, snapping that leg up. This is about getting our body moving. Toes are staying straight ahead in line. We squeeze the bum to work that balance. 10-second breather. Move the stepper off to the side if you have the space. We're going to that alternating dumbbell clean, just like that exercise of the warm-up. So from the floor to the shoulder. Notice I'm pushing the floor away quickly with my feet. My chest stays up tall. My belly button is pulled in to support the spine. In slow motion, we push, bring it up like a upright row, and snap the arm under. Can also do this with a kettlebell. One last one. 10-second breather. Our kickboxing exercise is a squat side shuffle with 2 uppercuts. So we get down into a squat, step, pivot, and 2 uppercuts with that front arm. So squat and side shuffle, pivot, punch it up as if you're punching somebody up underneath their chin. My wrists are stiff. I'm using the power from my legs. My toes are pointed straight ahead in those side shuffles. I'm leading with my knees. From this side, we pivot. Yes, shake it out. Core, last exercise of group 1 is a walk down shoulder tap. Here we go. Bend at those knees, walk those hands out. Tapping it opposite arm, opposite hand, or opposite shoulder, opposite hand. Now, if you feel as if you're swaying side to side in those plank shoulder taps, simply come to the knees to a quadruped, find your neutral back, walk in from there. 5 seconds. First round is done. 2 more times to go. So same exercises, 2 more times through here. Making each round count. Corner to corner kicks. Snapping that arm down. Staying up tall and proud. You've gotten started into this workout. No matter how you were feeling, mentally, physically, emotionally, you showed up right here, right now. Now, it's about what you want to make of it. Every day is going to look a little different. 5 seconds. Snap it down, snap it up. Bench her off to the side if you have it. Only increasing weights here if it's safe. You really want to make sure toes, knees, hips, nice straight line, chest up tall. We're tall and long through the crown of that head. Remember, the power comes from the legs here. When we push that floor away, hard and fast, inertia brings that dumbbell up to the shoulders. It's all about power through the legs without ever actually having to leave the ground. 3 seconds, home stretch. Beautiful work. That kickboxing cycle. And then we're moving in between. However you want to recover. Squat, side shuffle, 2 uppercuts. As we do these kickboxing, our thumb is outside of our fists. Our chin is tucked. Our head is back. We want to keep the shoulder down. We want to engage our core as we pivot. So belly button in. Notice the shoulder blade is rotating. Punch out that stress. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Walk down shoulder tap. Bend at the knees, walk it out into that plank. Remember, it's not about embracing pain or no pain, no gain. This is truly about listening to your body. Yes, we want to challenge ourselves. We want to feel challenged. There's a difference between feeling challenged and feeling pain. My lungs are starting to burn. I'm getting nice and toasty. That's pushing my boundaries, right? Another round down. Get yourself ready if you've got that step. Corner to corner kick. Those 10 seconds go so fast, right? Chopping and pulling down and across, but keeping that chest up tall. I don't want to see you here, right? We're proud. We're tall and strong, and we're over halfway. Whether we're stepping up or we're on the floor, we're making each movement count, purposeful, in tune with our body. Dumbbell power clean, alternating sides. Shake it out. Here we go. From the floor to the shoulder, sliding it up that body. Quick tuck under on the elbow. Only increasing weight when we don't feel like our knees are going in. We have to round our back. We've got complete control of that dumbbell. And when we catch with those soft knees, the knees stay in line with the toes. 5 seconds. There you have it. Already back to that kickboxing group. We're moving our feet in between, getting drinks as needed. Sitting down, shuffling, punching it up and across, pivoting strong. Again, we're powerful. We're punching through barriers, boundaries, or whatever is just flat out stressing us out right now. This is why I love kickboxing so much. Tuck it under. If you're short on space, simply pivot up and across. Duck it under, pivot up and across. One last exercise, and we're already going to be done with group 1. Are you ready? Bend at those knees, hands to the floor, walk it out. Tall and long through the crown of that head. If you want to take it up a notch, you can do a small hop at the top, almost, right? Hopping up through those feet. If you don't mind increasing that impact. Otherwise, you come up to those toes, reach it up. We're almost there, 5 seconds on that home stretch. Yes. Quick breather, 30 seconds. Quick drink. We're already into round 2. We're going with that stepper on the floor. We have a plank. We go down, down, up. Rotate into a T. Down, down, up. Rotate into a T. Second exercise is a dumbbell swing. Again, light dumbbells or with the water bottle. Are you ready? Here we go. So down, down, up. Rotate and pivot. Chin tucked, head back. Down, down, up. T. Whenever that hand comes down, from that T, it goes down to the floor. If you don't have a step on the floor, it might look like this. Out, out, in, up. Out, out, in, up. All right. Beautiful work. Dumbbell swing. This is picking something up from a squat to a plank position. So we bend the knees, sit the hips back, swing the dumbbell back behind us, and then it comes straight up in front. So deadlift, plank, deadlift, plank. Using the dumbbell to create that motion. All right, almost like a bell tolling, but our back is neutral. Our belly button's pulled in. Slow it down if this is new to you. Back, plank, back down. Back, plank, back down. We are going to our next kickboxing circuit. We go into a punch position. We punch in front, across, balance, side kick. Switch legs. So jab, cross, side kick. Switch legs. Jab, cross, side kick. Notice on that side kick, my upper body tips to the side. I have to counterbalance that leg kicking out and across. Exhale as we punch, pivoting through that waist. Yes. And then we finish this second group with a squat to a twist, just like warm-ups. Feet hip width apart, toes pointed forward. Sit down, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Exhaling as we cross. Now this is a great core exercise, working our obliques and twisting, working our balance, squeezing the bum as we twist across. Notice I'm alternating sides, 5 seconds, and we're gonna have finished round 1, group 2. Rock solid, guys. Looking really strong. Shake it out. Plank, down, down, up, T. Or out, out, in, T. Whether you're on the floor or on the plank, or on the floor or on the step, this is a great exercise. Getting your body to stabilize. Working the core. You're gonna feel it in the shoulders, as well as the abs, the glutes, and in those sides. Try to stay tall and long. Keep that body position strong and straight. Dumbbell swing. Are you ready? This is also great with a kettlebell. Kettlebells are great here. Where it was originally made, I simply hold the dumbbell at its side. Now, really important, as we come up into that plank, we squeeze the bum, we stack ears, shoulders, hips. If you've got a wall, you can put it behind you, because what I don't want to see is a banana. The hips going too far forward, arching that back, 3 seconds. You want to feel this, engaging those glutes in the core working, but no pain in the low back. Jab, cross, side kick. Here we go. Jab, cross, side kick, switch. You can have that small hop to switch if you want, or simply step it out. I'm on my toes. I'm pivoting through my punches. I want to keep chest up tall and long. This hand can come behind us for balance and stability. And you might lose it a little bit as you push and you work. And that's all right. We accept it for where we are. Squat with a twist. Are you ready? Only sitting down as deep as we can keep all of that good form. Chest up tall, neutral spine. All right, the biggest mistakes I see in squatting are toes wide, sitting so far deep that our hips round and tuck under. This isn't dangerous necessarily unweighted, but with weights at the shoulders or at the sides can pinch those vertebrae, causing things like bulging discs, low back pain. One more time through those 4 exercises, and we'll be at the halfway point of our workout. Plank, down, down, up, rotate into that T. Hit that solid T position. Hand under the shoulders, long and tall through the crown of that head. On the step or on the floor, whatever you have available to you. And you breathe as you rotate. 7 seconds. We're not coming back to these. Make each one count. And important to breathe in those plank positions. Dumbbell swing. Ready to rock it. Sitting those hips down and back. Driving those hips forward. Tall and long through the crown of that head. Keeping that small arch in the low back. Again, not letting that chest fall. We want to stay as neutral as possible. 10 seconds. We don't want to round, we don't want to arch. Beautiful work. I don't know about you. I'm starting to sweat, and I'm definitely breathing heavy. without ever leaving the ground. Jab, cross, side kick. And without any kind of crazy equipment here. You don't have to have cardio equipment to get a great workout. And this is a great change of pace for your body. Keeps the body guessing into what I'm gonna do next. So it really can't adapt and get more efficient at our movements and thus burn less calories. 3 seconds, last one. Squat with a twist. And I'm dripping into my eyes. Quick drink. 30-second breather coming after this exercise. It's easy to want to crunch down. We're literally going across a slight down as you go elbow to knee. But we're exhaling as we crunch. Chest up tall, working that balance. Shoulders down and back. 5 seconds. Yes. Quick breather. Keep the feet moving. Get a drink. We're going to have that step off to the side. Our inside leg is going to go down and back for a lunge. And then we step up, up, down, back into that lunge. So a lunge with a lateral up and over. And then we're going to go to a plank with a dumbbell pull across. If you don't have that step, you are simply lunging down and back, stepping across, right? So it's just 2 steps off to the side. You want to take it up a notch, you can march it, hit into that balance. You can even take it up a notch and hop over the top, all right? However you want to challenge your body today, this is your workout. And again, we're all in different places on our journey and in different places in our body today. So we want to respect wherever we are today. Plank with that dumbbell pull across. So hands under the shoulders, we bring that dumbbell behind our one arm. All right, we take the opposite arm, we pull it across our body. The goal here is not to rotate our body as we pull across. Now you can do these on an incline, but because we have the dumbbell or a water bottle here, if you feel like you're rotating or you have low back pain, simply come into that quadruped position on those hands and knees. All right? All right. Jab, cross, hook, switch. So just like the last combo, jab, cross, hook, switch the feet. So front arm, front arm comes across as we're punching across our body with the thumb pointed up as if we're holding a cup of coffee. We don't want to spill it. 10 seconds. As we come across, we're engaging and pivoting through those feet, knees, and hips. All right, final core exercise is more of a balance move. We have lateral runners. Balancing on one leg, the opposite leg taps out to the side. We pull that knee in 3 times. Switch the feet. 1, 2, 3. Switch the feet. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to notice, since we're stabilizing and leaning into this leg, that knee is going to want to pull in. I want you to pull it out. Keep it over those toes. Feel those hips engage. As we reach up, shoulders are down and back. And that is round 1 of group 3. On the home stretch towards finishing up this workout. Lunge, lateral up and over. So inside leg down and back for that lunge. Step it up, up, down, back. I want your toes to stay pointed straight ahead throughout. As we go down into that lunge, notice I sit deep into my lunge. You only need to go as far as is pain-free. This takes mobility and strength through the quads, the knees, the hips, the thighs, okay? All of these different areas that have to engage. So only sitting down, plank, dumbbell pull. Across that body, reaching, sliding it across. As I pull it across, I'm trying not to let my body rotate. I'm not swinging my hips. I have to squeeze my bum, punch my hands through the floor. Exhale. As I pull across my body, or you bump into your arm, 5 seconds. Yes. All right. Lots of core work here today. We're making each movement count. Jab, cross, hook, switch. Yes. So remember, we're alternating arms here, but it's no worries if you ever miss these combinations. It's not going to hurt anything. Nothing is going to get damaged. And actually, you're going to feel the chest work, the shoulders, the arms in the back, as we have to control and stop that momentum. Keep the feet moving. 3 times. Lateral runners. If we have any knee, hip, or back pain here, so this is that off to the side tap, 3 knees in. Simply take that step and step out of it. But if you have any knee pain here, simply go straight back into a lunge. And it's a light lunge position. Notice, it's not deep. The higher up I reach, the more I'm gonna work those shoulders. And but it's not a crunch. I'm not crunching down. I'm not rounding my back. I stay tall and long. I'm proud to engage my core and support a neutral spine. Lunge, lateral up and over. Last time through, are you ready? I know I am, because after this one, it is our last group of 4. So wrap your head around it. What do you want from your workout today? How is your body feeling? Can you take it to the next level? Can you keep pushing your body? Only you are going to be able to answer that. How do you want to work towards your goals today? Sometimes it's just getting a workout in, getting that body moving. Other times, we want to see our progress, feel our progress, because we feel strong, rested, nourished, and hydrated. Or maybe we've got to work out some stressors and we feel empowered, right? Wherever you're at today, this is your workout and this is your moment to start to push to that finish. 7 seconds. Tall and long, sliding with purpose, engaging that core. We do a lot of things across our body without pivoting and rotating. We want to support our spine. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Again, tall and long. Through that spine. I do want you to protect your face, but we don't have to be a peanut to do it. We don't have to have those shoulders pump up towards our ears to stay protected. Soft knees, pivoting, using everything you've got to create that power. Yes. One last exercise to finish group number 3. Can you feel it? Whatever it is, I feel it. I feel like I'm hot and I'm sweaty, like I'm challenging my body, like my lungs are burning. Stacking those toes, knees, and hips. I feel my hips engaging. My thigh is burning. My shoulders. But we got 10 more seconds. We push through, making each movement count. 3. Yes. Quick drink. Last group of 4. We have 3 step ups to a rear leg raise. So 1, 2, 3, up and squeeze. So 1, 2, 3, sorry, and here I am. So step it up. up and squeeze. So we're going to do one step up is how I'm going to say it, and then that back leg steps up and squeezes. One, back up and squeeze. Sorry about that. So stepping, pumping opposite arm, squeezing that bum to lift behind. If you are not jumping, you can simply step forward and backward, up and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, up and squeeze. So it's the number of times that you step forward, that's 3. And that's what allows us to switch legs naturally. Yes, there it is. Lateral lunge with a dumbbell up chop, lightweight, or like I said, even a bottle of water here. So we step out to the side, stack those toes, knees, and hips, push that leg through the floor to come back up to the middle. The dumbbell comes up and across our body, overhead. Shoulders are down and back. We feel a stretch through the outside of that armpit. You want to take it up a notch, come up into balance. If you've got any kind of shoulder pain, come up to the shoulders, kind of like a bicep curl. Our kickboxing, our elbows high and low. This is as if somebody's trying to grab you from behind and you throw an elbow at their nose. 1, 2, and then at their sides. 1, 2, and then we're going to switch sides. High, high, low, low. 1, 1, 2, 2. Notice that as I come up and across, I'm squeezing my shoulder down and back. I'm turning my head and my body into that, creating that power. Final core exercise is a bear crawl. Very challenging. If you have a small ball, go ahead and grab it. We're on the hands and knees. We have a nice neutral back and the ball goes to our low back. Push back through the toes and small steps forward. Opposite hand, opposite toes. And then we want to change directions. Gentle pull in on the belly button. We should be able to breathe like normal with that gentle pull in. If you have any knee pain here or having a hard time holding on to that ball, reach tall and long, opposite arm, opposite leg for a bird dog. That is round 1 of your last 3 exercises. We're going to give it all we've got. Finish strong. We have 5 minutes left of our last exercises. So 3 steps up or forward, that rear leg raise. Tall and long. Squeezing that glute to lift the leg up slightly behind us. Belly button gently pulled in. I don't want that low back arching to lift that leg up. We're squeezing the leg nice and straight so we can focus in on those glutes working. 2 seconds. Yes. Super strong. One last time for that lateral lunge to up chop. Remembering those modifications. So out to the side, up and across, hitting that balance, or coming up to the shoulders. And if we have any pain, we can go lightly out to the side and work on that balance, coming to a kickstand. There's endless ways to move purposefully, get a great workout, no matter where you are on your path. And journeys are never straight, right? And if they were, they wouldn't be as exciting as memorable. We wouldn't learn so much. Elbows, high, low. Here we go. Nothing is holding you back. Whatever it is, you're throwing a bow at it, making it release its grasp so that you can keep moving forward today. Right now, each movement is strong, powerful as you drive those elbows in. 5 more seconds. Yes. Shake it out. Core exercises, that bear crawl if needed. We do that bird dog. This is about engaging proper core. We push back through those toes. Switching directions. We're tall and long through the crown of that head. It's a light pull in on that belly button, away from the spine. Chin tucked, head back. Small steps and slow changes in direction. Are you ready for 2 more minutes of work? 2 more minutes to finish strong. 3 step-ups, rear leg raise. Whether we're stepping up or stepping forward, we move with purpose. We pump those arms. More muscles we're engaging, the more oxygen we're using, the more muscles we build, the more calories we burn. So purposeful and strong. Everything that we do has a reason, it has a place. Put that step off to the side. No more exercises to be done there. Lateral lunge up chop. Bring it out to the side. Stacking those toes, knees, and hips. If you're coming up into balance or kickstand, it is a quick squeeze on the glutes. We're tall and long through the crown of the head. We feel the shoulders rotate by feeling a stretch through the outside of the armpits. We squeeze to catch. What would a workout be if we weren't pushed into balance, right? Elbows, high, low. Last time. Give it all you've got. Pushing your boundaries. Whatever that is today. Bringing it up, rotating, looking behind you, only to pull away and see where you've come from, how far you've come. You've already done 40 minutes of hard work. The home stretch is near. One last exercise. And we hit that targeted cool down and stretch. I'm sweating, feeling the challenge. Long and tall, bear crawl, or the bird dog, with the goal of keeping that small ball in that low back. And if you don't have a ball, don't worry. But you might want to pay attention, because what you don't want to do is bring those knees up. All right, we're not making a V with our body. It's almost as if we're a table moving across the floor. Nice and neutral spine. Take that ball off. Quick drink. We're going to catch a breather and enjoy that cool down and stretch. The hard work is over. Now it's about helping that body recover. Deep breath in through the nose. Reaching the arms overhead, feeling those shoulders rotate. Exhale. Circling the hands. We're going to do one more quick breath before we hit some of those stretches. Deep breath in. Reach it up. Exhale. Rotating those arms. Yes. In that standing position, if you have a wall or an open space, all right, actually, I'm going to go toes pointed straight ahead, feet wide. I'm going to stretch the inside of those thighs. Stepping one foot slightly forward, leaning into that leg. We want to squeeze the bum, tuck those hips under. Chest up tall, feeling a stretch through the inside of that thigh. Can potentially wrap around the inside of our groin. But these muscles cause our knees to pull in, particularly when we squat, when we go up and down stairs on a day-to-day basis. It can be really hard on our knees and our hips. So stretch it out. When we stretch, we want to hold till we no longer feel that stretching sensation. Then we can switch sides. I try to hold stretches for 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds. If you still feel like you need a stretch, pause, hold it a little longer, or make a note on what stretch it was and come back to it. And note that each side is going to be a little bit different. We are asymmetrical beings. We do a lot of things one-sided. So one side tends to get stronger and potentially tighter, all right, than the other side. So listening to our bodies there. So feeling that stretch through the inside of the thigh. Beautiful work. We're going to come down to the floor. I'm going to show you a modification on a raised surface in case you have any knee pain here. But we're in a lunge position with all of our toes flexed behind us. And we squeeze the bum, tucking the hips towards the ribs, reaching up towards the ceiling. We can add a small lean to the side. All right, only if we feel an increase in the stretch, but we're focusing on the front of the hip, down into that thigh. It's tucking the hips under, almost as if we're tucking our tail. If you've ever seen a dog tuck their tail under, we want to tuck the hips. The hip rolls towards that rib. And we want to hold till we no longer feel that stretch. Now, if you have any pain in that knee if you're on the floor, go ahead and go to a raised surface. Go ahead and switch sides. Foot behind the knee. All right, if we're on a raised surface, we step that opposite leg forward. And then we tuck under, feeling that stretch through the front of the hip and thigh. Again, you can reach up towards the ceiling, but this raised surface takes that downward pressure off of the knee. All right, and we can still enjoy a nice stretch through the front of the hip and thigh. This is one place, if you're having a lot of pinching, pulling knee pain, particularly in a back leg on a lunge, this is the muscle to stretch. We're going to go back to that original leg. Instead of having the foot straight behind, it's going to go in, so it goes behind that front leg. Our knee is now pointing away from our body. Squeeze the bum under, tuck those hips, reach it up towards the ceiling or add that small lean, only if you feel that increase. But we're now feeling that stretch through the outside of that hip, potentially to the outside of that thigh. All right. This is the muscle that can cause a lot of IT band pain. It's a runner's muscle. It's a hip flexor. It's involved in our knee pulling in. So running, golfing can agitate it. This is definitely a muscle that causes a lot of stiffness and pain. And because in that kickboxing, go ahead and switch sides. Back knee in, behind that front leg, pointing away, and then tucking under. But because in kickboxing we're pivoting a lot, this muscle can get a little bit agitated. So I think it's important to stretch after a kickboxing workout, this muscle called the TFL for short. Nice squeeze on those glutes. Again, only reaching up if you feel an increase in stretch, only tipping over if you feel an increase in stretch. And then one last one, we're gonna mobilize our spine and our pelvis. If you have a foam roller, great. If not, grab a pillow and pinch it in half. We're gonna do some open books. Bottom leg nice and straight. Bend that top knee so it sits on top of that foam roller. And then we close the book. Exhale, open it up. We're reaching that hand behind us, opening our chest towards the ceiling. All right, close. So this is a dynamic stretch, opening and allowing our spine to rotate. Now, I personally prefer to hold my top knee down on the foam roller so I can get a nice stretch. My anatomy allows me to reach my knee. I have very long arms. So if you have a hard time reaching that knee, just try to keep it pinned there. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate sides. So you can do these as much or as little as you want, but the goal is to reach behind you, hand, elbow, and shoulder to the floor. Keep in mind, I have been doing these for a long time, so I have regained a lot of mobility through my pelvis and spine here, opening up that chest. So a lot of places we can really feel this stretch. But tightness in our back and in this rotation can cause a lot of pinching, pulling, and low back pain. So this is a great stretch to do before bed, but keep in mind, or anytime really, right, to open things up after a long day. Keep in mind that if your knee goes all the way to the floor and you're opening up behind you, then we're pushing into hypermobility or too much mobility. So that's why I recommend using a pillow, blanket, or a foam roller in that opening position. You completed your workout. I hope you're glistening with the joy of exercise. I sure am. I felt challenged and I had a great quick workout. Thank you for joining me. I'm always open to your feedback, however I can keep improving for you or what kind of exercises you enjoy doing and seeing. I want to make your workouts fun and keep moving forward. So, thank you. Keep up all your hard work and dedication, and I can't wait to see you again next time.